Hi guys, today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to cut a buba. So let's get started. The measurements you'll be needing to cut a buba, you need the length, the back, that's from this backbone to the sleeve, and the bust measurements. So if the bust of the client is 42 inches, you need to add at least 4 to 6 inches allowance because the buba has to be very, very free. You understand? So for this one we'll be working on today, the bust is 42 inches. We're going to add 4 inches allowance. That's 46 inches. The back is 23 inches. That's from this backbone to the sleeve. And the length of the buba is 26 inches. So the first thing to do is to cut the length out of your fabric. We have 26 inches length. So you're cutting 26 inches times 2. 26 inches times 2. That's going to be for the front and back. So we're cutting 52 inches out of the fabric. So you need to add at least 1 inch allowance for sewing or for bending. So I'm cutting 53 inches out of this fabric. 53 inches. So we have our length here. We have 53 inches. So the first thing to do is to fold into 2, like this. And then you fold again. Like I said, the board to be working on is 46 inches. 46 inches divided by 4 is 11.5. So we need 11.5 on fold, like so. On fold, can you see it? You're folding it like this. So you need 11.5 inches. So you're going to add at least half inch for sewing allowance. So we're going to use 12 inches now. So the measurement we need here is 12 inches. 12 inches. 12 inches. Okay. So we have 12 inches like so. Then we cut it out. The next thing to do is to notch the shoulder. This is where we're going to be attaching the sleeve. You notch the shoulder here and you cut the neck. So for this neck, we're going to be using 4 by 5. 4 by 5. 4 by 5. And it is so simple. Can you see? We already have our buba. So the next thing to do is to cut the sleeves of the buba. Let me take you back to the measurements. I said the back measurement is 23 inches. So you're going to put your tape rule on the edge of this, like this. And, we need 23 inches. We have 11.5 inches here. So we need another 11.5 inches to complete the sleeve measurement. So for sewing allowance, we're going to make it 12 inches. So for the sleeve, you are going to fold this one into 2, like this. You are going to fold at least 2 inches. This is going to be for bending. 2 or 3 inches for bending. This is how a buba sleeve should be. Not tiny stitches or tiny sewing here. Then you bend it. Then, I said we need 11.5 inches to complete our 11.5 inches, the initial one we had before. So plus sewing allowance, we're going to do 12 inches. For the sleeve, for the buba sleeve, the first thing I said you should do is you need to bend at least 2 or 2.5 inches. It can't be a tiny stitches by the edge of the sleeve. It has to be at least 2 inches or 2.5 inches for the folding. Then the length we'll be needing here is 12 inches because the initial length we need is 11.5. But we're going to be using 12 inches so we can have a half inch sewing allowance. Then the wideness, most people use at least 10 inches for the wideness of the buba. So we are going to add at least 1 inch sewing allowance. So that's 11 inches for the wideness of the buba. So let's cut it out. Then you notch the folding part here and you notch the edge here. So the first thing to do is to pipe the neck of the buba. Having done that, you are going to top stitch. This is the buba sleeve. You're going to bend the 2 inches for the buba sleeve. Done that, you are going to close it up and sew like so. Can you see the shoulder notched part on the buba? You are going to sew the notched part of the sleeve on the shoulder notch part of the buba, like so. You are going to keep sewing until you get to the last sewing on the buba sleeve, like this. You are going to backstitch and do the other parts like so. Now you are going to push the buba sleeve inward. Having done that, you are going to sew from the last edge of the buba sleeve. You are going to leave at least 4 to 5 inches for the side opening. You are going to repeat the same process on the other side of the buba. If you find this video helpful, kindly like, share and comment so that other people can learn how to sew a buba like you. See ya in my next video. Bye.